Good morning, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatse from the Big R, together with Jacob Selematsela Ntwentle, Jackie. He's from Devon. Yesterday he was in Devon. He landed back last night. So, Jackie, you were all over eThekwini, KZN yesterday.
Yeah.
Because eThekwini is Devon. But you were at Ulundi, you were in all these parts of KZN. But welcome, yeah, welcome. Let's go to greet the viewers so that we talk about the most important subject today that we want to talk about.
Mr. Shabalala, thank you very much, my brother, for the opportunity once more. And I'd like to greet all our followers and our fans out there at home. And guys, here we are once more. We're meeting again. We're going to talk about this love of football. And then we went all over Tekwini, Richards Bay, Mkungundlovu, trying to get the news for you guys. And here we are. We definitely welcome your support. And without any waste of time, Mr. Dao, let me come back to you so that we can continue.
Let me just also remind the viewers out there and say continue to subscribe, like, and also comment. That's very important. And I also want to indicate that we have a sports group on the Facebook, which is called the Big R Solution Sports Program or Sports Forum. So if you can join that sports forum and make comments there, we will respond, and other members of the group will also respond. And then you'll see with our logo, then you'll know that it's us. Jackie, we are seeing burning issues at Kaizer Chiefs. We saw that Kaizer Chiefs fans, they decided to take it upon themselves and then to go to Naturena. They were marching and then making some demands, which they think that those demands will help them to revive the old days of the Glamour Boys. So if you can tell us, before I can give you the points that have been raised by the fans, I've got about 11 points that have been raised by the fans, but we'll talk about one by one. So maybe as a opening, tell us what's happening.
Yes, thank you very much, my brother. I must also highlight the fact that this particular protest or march, it came due to the poor results and poor performance from the team for the past 5 seasons or 6 seasons ago. The supporters of Kaizer Chiefs, they are now, let me use this word, hurtful, because the team is not bringing that joy to the supporters. The team is no longer playing that kind of a brand of football that we used to know it, and then the team is no longer investing more financially in good players, and they also need to make sure that the team must be able to recruit good and knowledgeable coaches who will be able to bring those glory days within the Kaizer Chiefs rank. My brother, I understand that Kaizer Chiefs has been banned for the past 2 seasons in terms of signing players and all those. But so far, as fans, we are not happy. I think we are living in a democratic South Africa, and then everyone, as long as you're doing things the legal way, that particular match, the supporters asked for permission, and the permission was granted for them to march to Naturena. And then let me also express my delight and my my happiness to the whole thing, how it was handled, especially from the Kaizer Chiefs side. They were there. Jessica Mtaung was there to accept the memorandum, and then she did also speak to the fans, and then the fans understood whatever that she was saying, and then they've given the Kaizer Chiefs 15 days to respond. So I would like you to let's quickly break down those points. I know we've got about 11 points that were mentioned on the memorandum. For the sake of our fans' benefit, can we just let's break down those points one by one so that we can be able to move on without wasting more time.
Yeah, we don't have enough time
Yes.
for us to dissect all of them.
Yes.
But what is very striking for me is when you say Jesse Campbell is the one who accepted the memorandum.
Yes.
It's very striking. And then, yeah, it makes me think a little bit. But we'll talk about that as we go on. But let me give you the points that were highlighted by the Kaizer Chiefs fans. The first one was they want the club to restore their playing philosophy and structure as a big club. That's one point. Second one was they also demanded the squad overhaul as promised by the club and address the lack of quality and depth in the team. So they want the team to buy quality players. And they also demand the club to work on cultivating a good relationship with the PSL and second division teams. Well, maybe that one is debatable. I don't know. How does it feature as far as Kaizer Chiefs is concerned? How does it, what do they mean? Do they mean that Kaizer Chiefs is not related to the PSL? Because Mr. Kaizer is part of the hierarchy of the PSL, second division. I really don't understand this one. So probably, maybe it could have been nice to have a Kaizer Chiefs fan to elaborate. What do they mean by this one? There's also been a concerted effort to develop players not only for the club, but also for the overseas market. So they say the team should develop players and sell them overseas. So we need to understand what is the meaning. And then the other one, the Kaizer Chiefs faithful want effective utilization of football scouting system. All right, that's another argument. That one is linked to quality players that they want. And then the chairman to account to supporters through various media platforms. They want Mr. Kaizer to be available on media platforms. But I think Mr. Mtaung, I don't know, that's me. Probably he was empowering other people within the team to do the work of communication. Remember, Mr. Mtaung has been there for years, but probably, I don't know whether Kaizer Chiefs has the chairman is message. You know, you see, do they have such thing?
Yes, they do have the chairman's column.
Yeah, that's it.
On their magazine, Kaizer Chiefs magazine. Yes.
Kaizer Chiefs magazine. So
Yes.
I don't know, maybe are they referring to a radio or what? So maybe we need to understand what does that mean. The club to prioritize its primary business, which is football. That's another one. Maybe it needs to be elaborated on because I see Kaizer Chiefs doing football. Or what are they referring to? Has Kaizer Chiefs diversified to other things that are not related to football? And then how do you link the two? Because I see Barcelona also having the memorial people visit there to make money, and then the jerseys, which are somehow related to football, because those items bring money to the team. So I don't know what does that mean. And then the club should appoint a general manager whose mandate should be to institutionalize accountability of all operational functions towards the board and show equitable allocation of resources. It's very challenging, that one.
It is indeed, yeah.
You know, very challenging. And then they also demand the club to finalize the issue of supporters membership cards, which has been outstanding for several years. Well, that one I can understand. If there is a problem around the membership card, that should be final. Remember, membership card brings revenue. So that one I really understand. Out of all these demands, this one I really understand. It really talks to the crux or the real business of the team. The club needs to be mindful about when and how it transitions senior players out of the team. Honor some of these senior players. Well, even that one, I don't know, is debatable. I remember that Dr. Kumalo was honored. Who are they referring to here? Thabo Moki was honored.
Thabo was not honored yet.
Who?
Thabo Moki hasn't been honored yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe it's maybe it's a point.
All those players, yeah.
Well, maybe it's a point as far as that is concerned. And then the point number 11, Chiefs must play its role in development of women football, forming, yeah. And let me read it in full. Chiefs must play its role in development of women football by forming a women's team to compete in the SAFA National Women's League as early as 2021-2022 season. So those are the ones. Now, let's talk about, for instance, this one of women football. How does it relate to what is happening in the field of play now?
Okay, what it means is that, teams like Sundowns, they do have a ladies soccer team that is playing currently, and then they are affiliated to some of the leagues. So they need Kaizer Chiefs to also have that kind of a situation, a team, a women team, so that they can be able to also participate. That is the whole thing.
Let's say, should Kaizer Chiefs, let's say it happened that Kaizer Chiefs did not perform the way they are performing now, will this demand would have emerged as a demand? This one?
Definitely, I don't think so. I don't think so. Definitely.
So that is why I'm saying I'm a little bit worried. I'm not saying it's not a point to be raised, but I'm saying what motivated the match, what motivated these demands. I think it's what is happening in the field of play. In terms of quality players, I do understand it relates directly to the team. And then the other one is that one of the relationship with the PSL. I really don't understand this one.
Well, for us to understand, we need somebody. Maybe we can try and then maybe get Machaka or somebody who can be able to explain it to us exactly what does it mean, because some of these things are vague and then they're interlinked as well. Out of all the 11 points, when you interlink them, you find that now you've got only 5 major points at the end of the day out of 11.
Okay, let's look at the relationship with PSL. What does that mean?
I don't understand as well.
Has this been influenced that Chiefs is not cooperating with PSL? Where do they get that? If there was no cooperation between Kaizer Chiefs and PSL, we would be knowing by now. Maybe we would not be seeing Kaizer Chiefs honoring some of the PSL. And if that is the case, PSL has the rules.
Absolutely.
I really don't understand. How does this relate with what is happening in the field of play? Honestly, I'm not saying they're wrong. Look, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Guys, don't misconstrue me. I want to make sense out of all this and try to understand they really relate to what is really happening. Because as far as I'm concerned, the relationship between Kaizer Chiefs and the PSL is healthy. If it was not healthy, we would see Kaizer Chiefs not honoring the game, we would see Kaizer Chiefs fighting, and that is very simple. PSL will simply apply its own rules, all right? And I don't understand, because as far as I know, Jessica Mtaung is in the hierarchy of the PSL, Mr. Mtaung is in the hierarchy of PSL. How, that's one thing that I don't understand. So maybe that one, it should be made clearer. The one of the membership cards, I agree, and it boils down to management. That's one.
On that note, my brother, our time is up. Our time is up, and I think that's another debate for another day.
Yeah. I agree that our time is up. Which one? Let's see. Which is very, very the one of overhaul of this squad. It relates. It's quality players. I don't
Yes.
have a problem with that. I agree with it. But others are very dicey. Are
Yes.
very dicey. They can be challengeable. I don't know. You supporters out there, you know better than us, eh? And then maybe you can give us a better views. Go to our forum on the Facebook, in our WhatsApp group. Give us comment, or you can also comment on our YouTube channel here and tell us what you think. And then, as I say, we'll see as time goes on. Jackie, thank you very much. Let's hope this will bring the results. And then, as I said earlier on, what was really striking for me is to see Jessica Mtao accepting the memorandum. So
Instead of the president.
yeah, so no, there's no problem, because now what I want to understand, Jessica, and then probably I would have expected Bobby to do it. All right. If not Bobby, Kaizer Jr. All right, Mr. Mtao is old. I can accept that. You know, does this show that Jessica is the one who's showing leadership now in the family? So it makes one think. So I don't know. Supporters out there think, but for me, it makes me think. You know, Jessica coming up forward to accept the memorandum. Maybe he was mandated by the family or the leadership.
Yes.
But it says something. Jackie, thank you very much.
Welcome, my brother.
Let the debate continue.
Thank you so much.